Hello and welcome back. Yay! This is our 17th day of our 30-day devotional reading. My name is Donna Harris. I am your renewed mom's coach in life and spiritual healing. I mentor women who are ready to renew their life and their spirit by using the three R's, that is reflection, recommitment, and renewal. This is such a beautiful day this morning. It's beautiful because God allowed us to wake up in our right minds and our right bodies. He has kept us through the night. He's kept us safe to and fro on this dangerous highway. So this is a blessed day. This is a day that we will never see again. So just let's rejoice and let's just be glad in it. My today's topic is going to be faith is my currency. God said, lean not on your own understanding. That means you need to lean on his understanding. He is more wiser than we are. But sometimes after after a divorce, you go through so much, you go through a whirlwind of emotions and experiences. Some moms are like stay-at-home moms. They are going back to school to get the education, and so when you are hit with a divorce, where does that leave you financially? I know with me, I was actually working um, when I got a divorce, but where my husband slacked in paying bills, I paid those bills. So when he left a lot of bills that were behind, uh, rent behind, because couldn't find out he wasn't doing his part. But anyway, where did that leave me financially? It left me worried for one thing. How am I going to pay these bills? How am I going to get caught up? How? But during these times that we're asking, why or, how, this is the time we need to be walking with God. Because how many of you know that God will provide you with whatever you need? I'm telling you, He will provide for you. I mean, He touched the hearts of many people. He touched the hearts of my landlord. I mean, I had one of the best landlords. He worked with me by getting the rent caught up. He um even George Powell, even people, listen now, people that you wouldn't think that will help you in, like the water people, different people, they worked with me. And that wasn't nothing but God. But God, like I said, He'll provide what you need. Even when people don't know what you're going through, God does. He will send people to your door with food, with clothes, with money, anything you need. He will send it. He will send someone, or He will send people your way, because He knows it's not for everybody to know your business, but God knows your business, and He will provide for you. He may send an encouraging word, through someone, or through a song, or through a quote. Somebody just may have you on their mind, and they may message you just to check on you. That's nothing but God. God put that on their heart to do. You know, we hear a lot of people that talks about faith. You know, But we never accept faith as our currency until that moment. Until that very moment, we accept faith as our currency. You know, because maybe you haven't experienced anything like this before. And you see all these different people coming to you, offering you this and giving you this and giving you that. And you're like, okay, where is this coming from? But at that moment, you accept that faith is your currency. See, faith is your currency of heaven. You know, we provide the faith, and God provides the hope for our desires. We just have to believe. We have to truly, truly believe in our heart and have faith and trust Him. And if we provide that to Him, He's going to provide the hope for our desires. Prayer, excuse me. Prayer alone, you know, it doesn't move the hand of God. It's the faith and the faith alone. Let me say it again. Prayer doesn't move the hand of God. It's the faith and faith alone. But faith is released through prayer and it makes it successful. Do you see how faith and prayer work together? Faith moves the hand of God, but faith is released through prayer and it makes it successful. Faith is the only thing of value that God accepts. He accepts it because initially it came from Him. When we pray, we have to have a significant amount of faith before we attempt the transaction. That means before we begin to pray, we got to have enough faith in us to make that transaction work, to make that transaction move. Don't put your request out there, you know, without having something to back it up with. So don't go to God any kind of way. Don't go to pray any kind of way. If you have hatred in your heart, unforgiveness in your heart, don't go to Him any kind of way. Go with Him with enough faith to make that transaction successful. Do not put your request out there if you don't have anything to back it up with. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. I mean, because why are you going to Him if you don't believe that He's going to do what He says He's going to do? So you have to have faith. What it say in Hebrews 11:6? For he that draws near to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them who seek Him out. Hebrews 11:6. I'm going to read that again. For he that draws near to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them who seek Him out. That means go to Him with faith, seek Him out. Because if you don't have any faith again, why would you even go to Him and ask Him for anything if you don't believe He's going to give it to you? Now, this faith walk that we go through. It has three key ingredients that will help you in your faith walk. I'm gonna give you the first one. It is talk to God like you know He's listening to you. Sometimes we talk to God like He is a stranger, and instead of like a father to us. We should feel comfortable enough to talk to Him and have a conversation with Him like we're having a conversation with somebody else, or like you're having a conversation with your father or your father figure. We will pour out all of our heart with no expectation of a solution or response. Sometimes we may feel that, He's not listening, and that He really doesn't care. But God is always there with us. And sometimes you may not feel Him, but He loves you. He cares for you. Because if He did not love you, then He would not have died on that cross for you. God done that for us. He done that for us. So He does care. So get that out of your mind that God doesn't love you and God doesn't care about you just because you don't hear Him. The second thing is write it out. When you write things out, you can see it, and you can say it, and you can hear it. So when you write it out, you'll be able to see God's answer to your prayers when you write them down. Say you've prayed for something and you wrote it down. Maybe a week, a month, a year, it comes to pass. You can go back and say, God answered my prayer. They've always said, put it in writing, plain and simple. So when you go back and look at your prayers that you wrote out, it will bring back to your memory the moment that your prayer was answered. Because if you're like me, sometimes I forget things and I have to write a lot of things down. So this would be a great idea. Write your prayers down. So when it come to pass, you can say, "Oh, this is the day that I prayed this. This is the time I prayed this. And God, He answered me. He didn't answer me on my timeline. He answered on His timeline." And see, that also kind of shifts your mindset concerning timing. Because again, when you look at God's time, you see that it is always on time. Because we want God to just, we want to snap our fingers and expect God to do what we've asked of Him. It don't work like that. It's called patience. I've been patiently waiting on something for years and years and years. And I have not given up because He said He was going to give it to me. And I trust and I believe that He's going to give me what He wants me to have, not what I want. Because what He wants me to have is going to be, it's just going to be so amazing. It's going to be beyond my expectations. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what He has for me. Because anything that comes from God is a blessing, and anything that comes from God is good. So I am just saying, write out your prayers, have faith, believe, and know that it's not your timing, it's God's timing. We can't rush his process, and we can't go in and try to help him with his process, because we all know once we dip our hands into that thing, it's jacked up from there. So just be patient. Just be patient. And patience does not come overnight. Trust me, it doesn't come overnight. You have to pray about that thing. You have to pray about it. The third one is gratitude for the closed doors. Come on now. Somebody speak to me. Gratitude for the closed doors. Has God ever closed any doors in your life? Has he repoed your car and you was frantic and worried, but then later on he blessed you with something better? Have you ever got a divorce? Have you ever been with someone who treated you badly and he removed you from that and blessed you with someone who is so much better, who loves you? Or he set you to be single so he can work on you, and you look back and say, Lord, I thank you because I'm more stronger now. Have you ever lost your home? Lost your job, and God gave you something better? Come on now. Who does that? Who does that? And see, at the time, we're not even thinking it's a closed door. We're not even thinking that this is God. We're like, it's like me. I worked for 15 and a half years at this one place. Things begin to change. And I guess I was no longer beneficial to them. So I got fired. But was I sad? No, I wasn't sad at all. I had my head held high. I smiled, and people would say, well, what are you going to do? You don't have a job. You have kids. What are you going to do? And you know what I said? But God. This wasn't it but God. God himself. I thank them for the 15 and a half years that they allowed me to work for them. I smiled, and I had so much joy and so much peace. it was it was just something, it was amazing, because people didn't have the faith that I had. They didn't have that kind of faith, so they didn't understand. They didn't understand what was going on with me. They thought I was literally crazy. But I was crazy for God, because I knew, he got me that job. So I knew if he got me that one, he's going to get me another one. And if I don't get another one right away, I know he was going to provide for me. That's the crazy faith that you have to have. You have to have that crazy faith and believe no matter what, he's going to pull you through. He's going to provide what you need. I'm telling you. And I get so excited. I get so excited I can tell that story. I get so excited because I believe so much in him. He has brought me so far. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So, so grateful. But when these things happen to you, you have to sit back, and then that light bulb, it hits you. It comes on. And you begin to be grateful, because you realize that if God closes those doors in your life, he has something better for you. So when these doors close, when they close, and they will, because he has something better for you, but you gotta walk with him. You gotta have that relationship with him. You gotta trust him that he's got your back no matter what things look like, because in the natural eye we don't see it, but God sees it, and we need to see it in the spiritual realm. So don't get stuck trying to beat an open door that he has closed for you, because the one that he has open is so much better, and it's only for you. So he has an open door for you. Believe it, he has. There will always be moments when we need to talk to God, like we know he's listening, write down our prayers and be grateful for the closed door. So take your time and listen to this devotional. If you have to listen to it over and over and over again, listen to it and go back and read. Go back and read your prayers a few times. Let it marinate. Because I'm telling you, when you see your prayers come to pass, your faith going to get stronger and stronger and stronger in the Lord. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful that he chose me as his willing vessel to bring forth the word to his people, using my voice. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited in the Lord because I've seen what he can do. Not just with me, but for people around me. I've seen it. I love you, and I thank you so much for joining me today. If you wasn't able to join the live, this is will be on my page so you can listen to the replay. Like my page, share my page with somebody. Send me comments. I want to communicate with you all. My name is Donna Harris. I am your renewed mom's coach and life and spiritual healing. I mentor women who are ready to renew their life and their spirit by using the 3 R's. That is reflection, recommitment, and renewal. And if you want to know where I'm getting some of my material, this is the book. It's called Divorced Suddenly Single Moms, 30-Day Devotional Part 2. Go over to my website, cyltcoaching.com, and purchase a copy of your book. I'm telling you, this is a great spiritual book. I love you. Have a blessed day.